mentality is much more widely accepted, and it's still a big part of their culture to sort of have the honor system, if you will. That's still much more widely practiced throughout Asia, to honor your family, to have respect in martial arts, to be a good person, to have that respect factor throughout your life. You just see it implemented more widely throughout Asia, and I think that's why One Championship is so successful. They're up to 20 million viewers per show right now. People love One Championship, and it's not built on rivalries. It's not built on drama. It is built on the best martial artists globally, 110 world champions throughout their company, and it's thriving. People absolutely love it, and I don't think you won't see a tremendous drop-off at any point, because people are enjoying One Championship for the right reasons.
And with One Championship and with the debut show in Tokyo, and you speaking about Asia and the people there and how they treat the sport and how the MMA fighters treat it, is that why this is a good place to have this big show?
Yes, absolutely. I really think most places throughout Asia are going to appreciate the values and greatness that One Championship is bringing. Now, when you talk about coming to stateside or, visions of that in the future, sure, I think we have some work to do. I think it's great that we have a deal now with TNT, and we are beginning to broadcast to the American audience. And I believe that there's a chance to recover some of the fans that have really gotten sick of and lost interest in the antics of some of the other organizations throughout Northern America. You see it happen where people are like, I see a lot of comments. I do radio for Sirius XM, and a lot of the comments are, I'm just so sick of it. I didn't even watch this show this weekend. I just don't care anymore. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. And I believe that some of the fan base, or potentially a large part of the original fan base, has fallen off because they're really not that interested in all of the drama. And sometimes it gets too much, and so you get the people who tune in for the really dramatic ones, and they're kind of flighty fans, and they just don't care about the cards that don't have that, so you see a large drop-off in the numbers of a card which I would deem as an amazing card full of great athletes, but there's nothing else super eye-catching. There's no drama, there's no trash talking, there's no rivalry, so people just don't care about that. I think that there are some people like myself who have lost interest because of the way that a lot of the athletes are expected to promote themselves, and I personally don't love that. I'd rather see just two martial artists that are good people and have a great competition between each other than I would to keep hearing the same drama over and over again and the same trash talking. I get burnt out with that. So I believe that there's an opportunity for One Championship to maybe recover some of the fans who have also share those same feelings and are feeling burnt out about the sport of martial arts.
And One Championship recently signed an exclusive multi-year contract with Turner Sports in North America, which began in January, and this marks the first major step for One Championship penetrating the U.S. market. The deal enables Bleacher Report Live, their OTT platform, rights to broadcast all of One Championship's events, as well as offer viewers select one content, highlight stories, etc., and shoulder programming. In addition, as you mentioned about TNT, 12 one-hour recaps of one events throughout the year will play on TNT, often the same night in North America. Dates and times to be confirmed for TNT. Obviously, these are huge steps for One Championship, and having you on board with this is also a huge step. Miesha, are you retired from fighting?
I am still retired from fighting and really enjoying myself right now. I have this wonderful little 8-month-old daughter who is just my world, and I'm really focused on her happiness and excited to bring her and my family over to Singapore, where it's extremely beautiful and safe, and I can work with a company that I support their integrity. You know, I just love one championship. But as far as myself, I am retired from martial arts, or I should say from fighting, I suppose. Yeah, I'm retired from fighting at the moment, and that's the way that I intend it will stay.
Has being a mom changed you at all?
It absolutely changed me. I don't know if it's possible not to. I think my objectives are different now. It's much more about her than it is about myself. Yet I also think it's important to show her that it's still okay for women to pursue their goals and their dreams, and set an example for her as my daughter to say, hey, life doesn't stop just because you have children, but they should be like your best friends and go with you and do everything that you can. You know, so I want to show her that it doesn't all just stop because you have children. Like I want to take her with me, and I just want her to be my best little buddy, just on my hip, and let's go see the world.
In that sense, Miesha, and that is important, what do you hope for your daughter growing up in terms of life and opportunity?
Well, I hope that my daughter can see again from myself that your dreams and ambitions don't have to stop because that you have a family, and not to lose yourself. I've heard so many people warn me, when you have kids, it's all over, everything changes, you can't do this, and you can't do that. And I kind of made it up in my mind, even while I was pregnant, and kind of digested it. It's like, man, is everything really over for me? Does it mean that I'm not going to be able to do this anymore? Are we not going to be able to do that? Like, what does that mean? What does that mean that it's all different, it's all over? And I think people start to think that they can't live a life for themselves anymore because they have children. And I wanted to immediately reject that mentality. And I've just accepted that my daughter is going to be a part of everything that I do, as opposed to me not doing some things because I have a child. It'll be exactly the opposite. I'm going to do everything that I aspire to do, but I'm just going to make sure that she's my focal point, and that everything is for her benefit. So maybe there will be some things that I choose not to do because I think that it would not benefit her enough to make those sacrifices. But I sure want to set that example for her, that she can accomplish absolutely anything that she wants, and that being a mother is not something to be afraid of either, because I was for a long time. I thought, oh man, if I'm a mom, everybody says it's all over. And I waited quite a long time, which I don't regret. But for her, I just want her to follow her dreams and ambitiously pursue whatever that is that speaks to her soul, whatever speaks to her heart. And I'm going to support her in whatever that is.
And that includes if she wants to become a fighter, correct?
It does. Yes, it's not the career that I would probably choose for her offhand. I understand now why my mom had a heart attack every time that I would fight, and my dad the same. I can understand now how difficult it would be to see your child put themselves in a dangerous situation. But I also understand that she's strong and she's capable, and whatever she chooses to be and do, that I can support it without feeling nervous. I think my parents had to adjust to the idea that I was a strong and independent woman, and I could handle myself, that I trained hard, and that I knew what I was doing. Especially my father, I think his instinct was to protect me, and he was like, no, it's my little girl. And then he finally started to wrap his mind around, no, she's a woman, and she's strong, and look how hard she trains for this, look how dedicated she is, and she's really, really good at it. That I already have kind of in my mindset, that if she was to become a fighter, I already know that she'll be amazing at what she does. So I think it will be a slightly easier adjustment than it was for my parents. But it wouldn't be the career that I would ideally hope that she pursues.